4 o'clock in Washington. I'm Michael Steele, in for my friend Nicole Wallace. We have a whole lot of news today on the January 6th front, including brand new reporting on the efforts to keep the big lie alive by the architect of the plan to get Vice President Pence to overturn the election results on January 6th. The New York Times reports that attorney John Eastman continued his hunt for widespread voter fraud even after President Biden was inaugurated. From the New York Times, quote, on January 20, 2021, hours after President Biden's inauguration, Mr. Eastman emailed Rudolph W. Giuliani, former President Donald J. Trump's personal lawyer, proposing that they challenge the outcome of the runoff elections in Georgia for 2 Senate seats that had been won on January 5th by Democrats. According to the Times, Eastman hoped that by trying to overturn another election and finding fraud in that race, he would find proof that the 2020 election was stolen. But as we all know, there was no fraud. The election wasn't stolen. And the big lie is still just that, a lie. The Times also reports that Eastman charged the Trump campaign $270,000. And no surprise, given Trump's long history of not paying his bills, it looks like Trump never paid him. Once again, from the New York Times, by the time Mr. Biden became president, Mr. Eastman tried to be paid directly, although 2 people with knowledge of the campaign's finances said he never was. John Eastman has been under a lot of scrutiny from the Justice Department. Back in June, federal agents seized Eastman's phone, and now there's reporting that suggests that DOJ is looking for the testimony of officials who pushed back on Eastman's plan to get Vice President Pence to overturn the election. We reported yesterday that former White House counsel Pat Cipollone has been subpoenaed. Now, according to multiple reports, his deputy, Pat Philbin, has also been called to testify before a Washington, D.C. grand jury. Both men were in the White House on January 6th and pushed back against some of the most extreme ideas peddled by Trump's allies. Joining us now, New York Times congressional reporter Luke Broadwater, also Harry Litman, former Deputy Assistant Attorney General, former U.S. Attorney, and host of the Talking Feds podcast, and MSNBC contributor, my friend Charlie Sykes, editor-at-large at The Bulwark. Gentlemen, welcome. Luke, let's start with you. I want to read some of this January 20th email between Eastman and Giuliani. A lot of us have now staked our reputations on the claims of election fraud, and this would be a way to gather proof. If we could get proof of fraud on January 5th, it will likely also demonstrate the fraud on November 3rd, thereby vindicating President Trump's claims and serving as a strong bulwark against Senate impeachment trial. A, what does this tell us? And B, isn't this still all about sort of validating Donald Trump's made-up claim that there was fraud?
Yes, absolutely. I think this email reveals quite a few things. One, that even as President Biden was being inaugurated that day, that John Eastman, that allies of Donald Trump were still pushing to fight the election results. But I think it shows a few other things. One, it's an implicit acknowledgement they had not actually found the fraud that they had claimed, that they had promoted to state legislators and to the public. That he's saying here, basically, we didn't find the fraud that we promised everyone, so we need to keep searching to try to vindicate ourselves. We staked our reputation on these false claims, and now we need to keep fighting them. 2, he wants to try to overturn Senate elections in Georgia. And then ultimately, I think the invoice that was attached to this email is revealing in the fact that John Eastman was trying to make $270,000 off a few weeks of work for the Trump campaign. And he charged $10,000 a day in January for his legal work, including for the meetings where he met with Vice President Mike Pence and Mike Pence's top lawyer and tried to convince them to overturn the election. So there's a lot going on with this email, but I think it's quite revealing in a number of ways.
Harry, turning to you, this wasn't the first time we've heard that John Eastman was still trying to overturn the election after the 6th. Here's testimony from Eric Hirschman to the January 6th committee on a phone call he had with Eastman on the 7th.
The day after, Eastman, I don't remember why he called me, or he texted me or called me, wanted to talk with me and he said he couldn't reach others. And he started to ask me about something dealing with Georgia and preserving something potentially for appeal. And I said to him, "Are you out of your effing mind?" Right? I said, I only want to hear two words coming out of your mouth from now on: orderly transition. And I screamed, I said, "I don't want to hear any other effing words coming out of your mouth, no matter what, other than orderly transition. Repeat those words to me." And I screamed that, and eventually he said, "Orderly transition." I said, "Good, John. Now I'm going to give you the best free legal advice you're ever getting in your life. Get a great effing criminal defense lawyer. You're going to need it." And then I hung up on him.
So it looks like after everything that happened on the 6th, you have Eastman here still wanting to keep trying and pushing for a coup, even though he was warned that he was about to do or pushing into something that could be illegal. What are we to make of this now that we know more about those moments?
Yeah, and pushing for a payday. Hirschman's contempt really shines through there, right? I mean, he basically takes down his pants and spanks him. There is this sort of, never say die buffoonery about Eastman. But remember, in the fights and the squabbles with Trump, Eastman prevails. So this is the guy, this pretty patent buffoon, I think is a fair word, who in fact got the president and directed the legal strategy that was, what the White House was actually executing. So on the one hand, he seems ridiculous and mercenary, like all good Trumpists. But on the other, remember, he actually effectuated what Trump was doing. He listened to him and Giuliani, as we see on the screen, and not this saner, more sober Team Normal that was saying this guy is effing nuts.
So, Harry, is it safe to say at this point that the DOJ is going to look at these emails, going to want to look at this and pull this information into a broader case?
100%. They've already subpoenaed Eastman, right? Eastman and Clark, they've already been going after, and that specifically goes to this, crazy January 6th plan to just delay things. So without a doubt, because it builds on what they're already doing, they will jump on it.
So, Charlie, help put all of this in perspective for us. You got John Eastman wasn't the only one who kept looking for fraud after Joe Biden was inaugurated. Mm-hmm. Arizona had a very expensive audit. A bunch of other states had investigations as well. So, in the main, many people are doing whatever they can to keep Trump's big lie going. Why was that? Was it just they were just so beholden to the idea that, well, Trump says there was fraud, there must have been fraud? What's going on here?
Well, the big picture is that it's August 2022, and Donald Trump is still trying to overturn the election. I mean, he's coming here to Wisconsin tomorrow, and he is putting pressure on state officials to decertify the election. This is a year and a half later. No, John Eastman is an interesting character because you have that sort of that nexus between being a fanatic and a complete grifter. And I know we're talking about a seditious conspiracy to overthrow the government, but I can't get past that invoice. The fact that John Eastman thinks that he should be paid $270,000 for what he was doing for peddling this weapons-grade nuttery. That's number one. Number two, the fact that he got stiffed by Donald Trump, which is kind of classic. And behind all of this, though, can we just remind ourselves about the number of grandmas and blue-collar workers around the country who sent in $5, $10 to the Trump campaign because they thought that they was going to be fighting election fraud. And, of course, none of that money was ever spent on any of this. So you have this massive fraud linked to this grift. And then you have characters like John Eastman, who was unhinged, but also profoundly greedy and apparently not well informed about Donald Trump's habit of paying legal bills.